and Commanders' last preseason game of the year. Lamar Jackson said what, that, and so much more on this episode of the Purple Rain podcast. Yes. Welcome back to the Friday Eve, Thursday edition of the Purple Rain podcast, episode 436. BJ Sams, Jim Leonard, Chuck Clark, Owen Wright, Tavon Young edition of the Purple Rain podcast. Thank you for coming through, spending your evening here with us. If you are not part of the replay gang, sorry, and it's, maybe morning, afternoon, or maybe tomorrow night and the Ravens are playing, let us know in the comments below. Like the video, subscribe if you are new, and you follow us here on Instagram at the Purple Rain Podcast. This guy on Instagram or on X at Sutton Def. Me, Instagram simply as10.prod, X simply as10. And Lonely Kid is in the chair getting tatted right now. What's up, Sutton and Alex?
Ooh.
Holy, what are you getting? First off, you get a Ravens Super Bowl 2027 tattoo?
Yeah. Let us know, Lonely Kid. Shout out to you for coming through while you're in the chair. I mean, hopefully we can be a nice little buffer for you while you're getting your skin ripped to shreds, right? By that needle. I know how that goes, man. I got multiple of them myself. He says my daughter's face. Okay, there we go. Let's clap it up for that. Clap it up for that, man. Wholesome. We love to see that. Hope you're doing well out there, man. Brandon in the chat says salute PRP. Salute to you too, Brandon. We also have a gold member moderator in the chat, Tila M, saying, Rain Gang, what up? What's going on, Tila? Thank you for coming through. Good evening. King Lee, another member in the chat. What's going on, King Lee? Pay the Bills is in here as well, giving the salute. Salute to you too, brother. Who else we got? Void, Silver Gang, Sharpie Gang, Moderator Gang in the chat. What's going on, Void? A staple in the Bateman hate book. By the way, King Blaze in here as well. What's going on, King Blaze? Shout out to you. Stretch626 in the chat. What's going on, Stretch? Says Alex, what do you think about the FC Barcelona Kobe Mamba jerseys? I'm not familiar with this. What's going on?
Beautiful. They are beautiful. Barcelona does collaborations. They had one with the Rolling Stones a couple years ago because they're linked with Spotify. Olivia Rodrigo, and then last year was Travis Scott. Now this year they have theirs with Kobe Bryant. It's like a nice black and fluorescent purple. I want to say maybe iridescent purple. It's beautiful though. I love it. Don't know if I'm gonna get one because I'm not the biggest Barcelona fan, but it is a beautiful kit. If you do get one, gotta throw you all on the back of that. But yeah, they're very, very nice. Nike did them good.
I was. My bad. But I'm looking at them here. I don't know if I like these as much. You know what? What's throwing me off? It's the Spotify logo smack dab in the center of it. Why does that have to be in the center of it? You know what? I'm not messing with these, Alex. I get it. I like the black into the purple gradient. I do like that. Hold on. Did we lose Alex? Alex, are you here? Can you hear me?
I'm here.
Okay, cool. I don't know what happened. It just kicked you out for a second. It was weird. But no, I don't like the Spotify emblem right there smack dab in the middle. Give me a little patch in the top left or right hand corner, right?
Can't do that.
Is it Team Spotify?
You can't do that because they have to put it right in the middle. The sponsor right in the middle.
Oh, they must be paying a bag for that. That.
It's the contracts these sponsorships have with football clubs. It's insanity. Whether it be countries, you have Abu Dhabi, you have some of them, you have commercial flights, you have the Etihad, Emirates, and here Spotify. They'll pay a lot of money just to be on that front of that kit, but it's free marketing in a sense because everybody's going to wear this kit, can get you all on the back of it, and now you have the Spotify logo being worn all around the world.
Yeah. I mean, I will say this. If the Ravens had jerseys similar to this where the top half starts off as black and then it there's a gradient into the purple and then the pants are also purple, that would be absolutely fire. It would. But again, for me, I just don't like the Spotify. I almost would have preferred if they just put the word Spotify instead of like the logo. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
like what you have on right now, it says Emirates, right? You
Yep.
know, like I actually prefer that. You know, just the big ass logo right in the middle. Like I'm cool on that, man. I am. I am.
It's like now you have, speaking of, logos, now college football, college basketball logos on the jerseys. At a point, I'm all for sponsorships and getting your money, but college, what I
Right.
mean? Like we're having, gambling advertisements on college jerseys. And that's like
Right.
we've talked about before. But if a player gets caught gambling on a different sport of some sort, or even gambling on the sport, career over. It's crazy. It's crazy with these sponsorships. That's what I'm
Like at
getting
what
at.
point do we start renaming the teams after the sponsorships? Right.
And that's what I'm worried about.
You know what I mean? Like imagine like the Baltimore Spotify's. You know,
Yep.
like
Yep.
how pissed off I would be. But I feel like it's a slippery slope. We might be heading in that direction. Maybe not in the next 10, 20, maybe even 30 years, but like I don't know, Alex. I feel like that could be coming. That could be coming. You know,
And real quick, go to that
yeah.
picture right next to the full kit with the shorts too, because that's what I
Okay.
really like about it. It all flows together, right there. It flows right into the shorts. I think it's a beautiful, beautiful jersey. Like on a nighttime game, running down the wing on this.
Yeah. Yeah. I can see. I see what you mean. I see what you mean. I like it. I like it. I just don't like the big ass logo right in the
Yeah,
middle. And then it's like it's not even like on the chest plate. It's like on the stomach almost. Like I'm cool. I'm cool on
that
that.
black, purple, and gold though, like it's same Ravens colors.
It is. It is. You're right. You're right. That's why I said like if the Ravens had jerseys like this that were like started off black up top and then led into the purple, that would be crazy. That would go crazy. But the Spotify emblem, like put it on like the shoulder patch or put it on like hell, I don't care if you put it on their backs, but like right on the front. Oh my goodness,
Yeah.
man. That's just killing me. It is. It is. Anywho, shout out to FC Barcelona coming out with those new jerseys or kits as they call them. Shout out to them. Shout out to you, Stretch, as well for bringing that up. Let's see who else we have in here. Lisa Ann is in the chat. Long time no see, Lisa
Oh,
Ann.
hello,
Thank you for coming
hello.
through. A Purple Rain pioneer right there. Lisa Ann says, "Hey, Alex and Sutton, Matthew Hibner will make the 53-man roster." I agree. I agree.
Hmm.
I mean, he's not a high draft pick, but he's a good enough draft pick where you're going to want to at least see what he can do in the season. So I agree with you, Lisa. ISO, I see you. What's going on? Dylan says, Sutton, I'm taking Bateman from you in the fantasy league. I'll just apologize in advance. Oh,
Mm.
speaking of the fantasy league,
Mm-hmm.
the draft is tonight. Okay. It's actually right after this episode of the show. I think it kicks off at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So we should be off live stream by then. You know, there's going to be some preseason football on. So while you're watching preseason football, if you're part of the fantasy league and you know who you are, make sure you are tapped in. Make sure you get the players you want because I don't want to hear no excuses. Okay. Halfway through the season. Oh, I auto drafted my team, Sutton. You know, the only reason why you're winning is because I auto draft. I don't want to hear that. Okay. I don't want to hear it. And for those of you guys who don't know, if you are signed up for the fantasy league, if you win the fantasy league, you will receive a Next Flight Ravens jersey on the house from PRP. Okay. Now, disclaimer: there's two leagues. The first one drafts tonight. The next one drafts on Sunday night, I believe it is. Okay. And the winner of each league, we're going to compare the total points for the season to each other, and whoever has the most points will end up winning the league. Okay, and that's who's going to win the jersey. Reason why we had to do two leagues because a lot of you guys were interested in it, and even still now people are asking if we can make a third league, and I can't do that. I don't
That's a
have the
lot.
capacity. That's a lot. I don't have the capacity for that. Sorry. So we got two leagues. We did have a super chat donation as well. This one's coming from Always Blessed for 10. Thank you so much, Always Blessed. Hopefully you're blessed right now. We appreciate you for coming through. Says, fellas, I hope y'all get your popcorn ready for this draft. Think long, think wrong. Stay blessed. Hey, I'm ready.
Listen, I'm shooting from the hip on this one. I think whenever I dive too deep in it, I do bad. So I haven't done any mock drafts, no nothing. Have an idea who I want. I will go at it like that. But
Are you gonna go? Are you gonna go? Not to like get too,
yeah,
not to
what's
like
up?
get into your strategy, but like, are you gonna go like running back then wide receiver? Are you gonna double up on running back? You can double up on wide receiver and be a hipster in that way. Like, what are you?
I
What's your
doubled up
plan?
on receivers last year: AJ Brown and Justin Jefferson.
Ah, oh yeah, that's rough. That's rough.
Finished second worst in the league. We're not doing
That's
that,
rough.
man.
That's
Yeah,
rough.
not doing that. But no, I think running backs definitely got to get them, but it kind of depends how the board falls. And I expect Ravens to go sooner than usually in this draft because we're all Ravens fans. So I know
Yeah.
somebody's going to reach for Lamar. It's not going to be me. I don't draft Ravens players. Just a heads up. That's just not my thing.
Really, you don't?
Yeah, I last time I drafted one didn't turn out good. I think they got
Who was
hurt
that?
back in. We're talking Joe Flacco days. So it's probably.
Um,
I think it was Justin Forsett I took back in 15. And he got hurt, and I was like,
why'd you do that?
yeah. So I'm not doing that.
Justin Forza? Yeah, nah. I think that was ill advised. What round was that you picked him?
I
Do you
forget. It was
remember?
like back when I was in high school, but he came off that good 2014 year with us.
Hmm.
But that was with Gary Kubiak, to be fair. Then the next year he got hurt. I'm like, you know what? No more Ravens players. So
I feel it. I feel it. I feel it.
yeah.
Thank you so much for the 5. Always blessed. We also have, let me see. The man is in the chat. What's going on, the man? Ashley is in the chat. What's going on, Ashley? Darlene, I see you. Good evening. Miss Fancy Pants, I think, is in here as well. Good evening. Coach is in the
Oh,
building as well. What's going on, Coach? At Sip2 Tally Films. What's going on, brother? He's also in the fantasy league. He's already claiming that he's gonna win. Right?
oh.
It ain't happening, Coach. I'm just letting you know
Oh,
right here, right now. It ain't happening. It ain't happening, Captain. It's not. Lisa says Sutton doesn't want to hear any complaints. I do not.
no.
You're right about that, Lisa. You're right about that. Okay. I see Shelly Shell in the chat as well. Another member. Shout out to Shelly. Shout out to Shelly. World class. Shout out to you as well. Okay. Let's go ahead and get into what we came here to get into, Alex, right?
Mm-hmm.
So first things first, I want to talk about something that I missed yesterday on Quiet Storm, right? That I wanted to bring up here today on the main pod. Yesterday, Lamar Jackson was up at the podium and he talked a little bit about his rushing ability and kind of where that stands in 2026, right? And they were asking him like, "Oh, why didn't you run the ball that much last year? You didn't look as effective." And here it was Lamar Jackson's response.
I believe I know, a lot of people know. I was hurt last year too, so I really couldn't do anything like I wanted to, so it really wouldn't put my team in a good position if I was just running hurt, losing yards, things like that was happening. But whatever it takes to win, that's what I'm all about, and I've always been about that too.
All right, Alex. So you heard there, Lamar Jackson, QB1 for the Ravens, literally telling you, and Afia, I see you in the chat. What's up? Also, Replay Gang, what up to you as well? But Lamar Jackson literally telling you there, like, the reason why I did not look the same is because I was hurt. And of course, we knew this, Alex. This is not new information. Every week, there was something new on the I Word report, right? There was a knee, and then it was a thigh, then it was a calf, then it was a toe, and whatever. All lower extremity I words, right? And I just think that it's important that Lamar Jackson did come out and say this narrative wise, right? In the grand scheme of things, it means nothing. But like the national media, I'm hoping that they heard that. And I've heard this same clip being played over in the national media earlier today. If you hear that, you should then know that, okay, the reason why Lamar Jackson did not look like Lamar Jackson last season was because he was banged up, right? But since he played, you know the whole what's the phrase, like if you're even if you're hurt and you go out there and you play, people expect still like 100% out of you,
Yeah.
right? But like Lamar Jackson, who a lot of his game is predicated off of being able to use his legs, when he wasn't able to use those, he didn't look the same. And you could tell at times he was trying to use like his muscle memory, like his mental told him like, hey, look, I can take off and run here. But when he did, it just did not look the same, right? So Alex, what do you take from
Yeah.
Lamar Jackson saying this here?
We all knew that. I think we saw him in what, 2 games where he got hurt. The Chiefs game and then the Patriots game.
Right.
He was only healthy for 2 games last year. Week 1 and week 2.
Yeah.
Check his stats in those games. Enough said there. Enough said.
Mm-hmm. He was the best quarterback in the league through like 3 or 4 weeks, honestly.
Correct. That Lions game, he was putting up crazy numbers while he's hurt and his line is blocking at least less than a second for him.
Right.
The Chiefs game was just, it all falls down. Out for a couple of games, comes back, going on a winning streak, gets hit in the back, misses what, 1 game, I think, against the Packers. Then comes back and puts good numbers, winnable numbers against the Steelers in Pittsburgh. Now, I'm saying this because if he sits out, he quits on his team. He's a quitter. Quitting on his team again. You know a game is coming when the bots come out. Exactly.
Facts, yeah.
Now, back to that. How many times have we seen him before saying, he's not a team player? I hear it now, even in Baltimore, from non-Raven fans that live here. For some weird reason, they just like other teams, whatever. He's a quitter, not a good teammate, blah, blah, blah. So when he plays hurt, gives his team a chance to make the playoffs, and now says this. Derek's going to look back at last year, Lamar, he's not good anymore. I mean, this is the beginning of the end for him. We told you, those mobile quarterbacks, they get hurt. Oh, he only gets hurt in the pocket.
Yeah, that's the part that they don't like to talk about.
And that's my problem. But I'm glad he said this, but I feel like other quarterbacks, Baker Mayfield, prime example. Man, Baker gave his all for Cleveland. He played hurt there. Torn labrum, torn rotator cuff. He still played. So, but when he plays hurt, Lamar, that is, we don't get that. We just get beginning of the end. Washed. I mean,
they go, see, we told you this wouldn't last in the league. 9 years later, right? 9 years later. See, we told you that style of quarterback does not last in this league. We said that back in 2018. Okay, he's won 2 MVP since then. Should be 3 first team all pros. So like, I mean, what do you really have to say? And again, I think it was so important that Lamar Jackson said here that, like, I think, and the way he said it too, I love the way he said it. I think that I know that basically, I was banged up. That's why I did not look the same. But I promise you, when I go out there this season, now that I'm healthy, I'm going back to embarrassing dudes. Like, I mean, that's what it's going to be. And I cannot wait to see the first, like, Lamar highlight. Because Lamar Jackson's highlight, let's be real for 2 seconds, right, Alex? Lamar Jackson's highlights are different from everybody else's highlights. They just flat out are, right? He has highlights where, like, he literally makes you look like you do not belong in professional sports, right? He's done that to a lot. He's caught so many bodies over the years. K'Wan Williams, Fred Warner, right?
Vigil from the Bengals with the spin move.
Yeah, the dude from the Bills that he shook out of his socks, right? Was that
Sam
Milano
Hubbard.
or was Hubbard?
No, Milano he shook out of his socks. Hubbard
Okay.
24 when he threw his ass to the ground on that.
Threw him away like a rag doll.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, that one.
Yeah. Oh my goodness, man. TJ Watt. He's even made TJ Watt look like just
Myles Garrett,
a pedestrian. Myles Garrett and Jadeveon Clowney on the same play. In prime time, scrambling back 20 yards behind the line of scrimmage. And he got a touchdown out of it, in the famous words of Mike Tirico on Sunday Night Football, right? I just, his highlights are different from everybody else's because of what he's able to do with his legs. And now that he's healthy, I believe you're going to see that exact same Lamar Jackson. And people are going to wake up on Monday morning on September the 14th. And they're going to say, oh, yeah, that's right. Lamar Jackson is good at football. Now I have to walk back these takes of not having him top 10 in the league. Like, that's what's going to happen. And Lamar Jackson's kind of alluding to that here too.
Yeah. With Lamar, I mean, even last year, the Browns game, snaps it, runs back 15 yards, throws an absolute bullet to DeAndre Hopkins. Should have been a touchdown, but it wasn't. In the games where he's hurt, the Week 18 game, he gets absolutely obliterated, lower body, eats the hit, Zay Flowers down the field, touchdown. That's him hurt. And still, I think it was the World Class said, how do they describe Andrew Luck? Joe Burrow. They were hurt. They missed a lot of games. But they're treated like gods.
But they want those guys to be good. They want those guys to be the face of the league, right? That I think that's really the difference here. They want those guys to be the face of the league. And I'm not going to get into all the details and, things like that. But look, we do have a super chat donation. This one's coming from Someone's Problem. Thank you so much, Someone's Problem, who's also a member. Also a member in the chat. Says support. Thank you so much. We appreciate that, brother. Thank you for coming through and dropping the 5. But okay, Alex, enough about this Lamar Jackson malarkey. We're not going to be able to see him play football for another 2.5 weeks, right? We still got to wait. We got one more week of preseason, which, most of the starters probably are not going to be playing tomorrow. I don't think any of the starters are probably going to be playing tomorrow. It's going to be one of those, like, let's just get out of here unscathed so we can get to Sunday, September the 13th, ready to go and healthy. However, there are some players that are on the bubble right now, currently, Alex, who we don't know whether or not they're going to make this roster. And luckily enough for us, the Baltimore Ravens section of Sports Illustrated put out a list, which I thought was a very good list. They put out a list of guys who are on the bubble and might be playing for their jobs, right? Might be playing for their jobs here come soon, tomorrow, actually. What time does the game start tomorrow? You said, what, 6 o'clock your time?
Eastern time.
Jeez, man.
So if you're going to the game or off of work, say you get off at 5, you better run. You better get to that stadium real quick. And they're doing a giveaway, too.
Family night. There you go. Family night. Love that. Love that. Love that.
Bring the kids.
Bring the kids. Bring the chillin'. Do that. Okay. Frank, what's up? I see you in the chat. Another member in the chat. What's going on, brother? And Smitty, another member in the chat. What's going on, Smitty? All right. So the first Raven that is on the bubble, so to say, right? Will he make the roster? Will he not? Alex, I believe you made a video about this guy.
I did.
It's outside linebacker Ethan Burke. And it says here, among this year's undrafted rookie crop, the former Texas Longhorn has the best odds of making a strong case for one of the final roster spots as the 5th inside linebacker. He's coming off a sensational outing in week 2 of the preseason and a repeat performance against the Commanders, would all but ensure that he finds himself on the right side of the roster bubble at final cut down time. Alex, I want to ask you this. What have you seen from Ethan Burke that warrants the Ravens securing or reserving a final roster spot for him on this team?
Last week, they said his performance, a sack, a forced fumble, a pass deflected. You give me a sack this game and maybe another, batted pass, you're looking really, really good. But at the same time, I can see if he didn't make the roster as his UDFA. And we do have, other spots. We may want to keep one extra guy. You kind of look at our edge room right now. We just spent a lot of money. We put a lot of draft capital into this room. So you got to think, are we going to really let a UDFA come in here? And he'd be more for special teams. Ethan Burke, as good as he was last week, if he were to make the team, how many plays is he playing on defense come week 1? I think that's what they're looking at. I think it'd be a great story. I actually found out a little bit about his story. I don't want to go on a tangent. He was supposed to go to Maryland to play lacrosse. His parents are from Pasadena, Maryland. He went to Texas to play football. Comes back to Baltimore, plays well. It's like a cool full circle moment. So I'm rooting for him even more now. Unless he has a crazy game, a takeover game like he had last week, I could see him missing out. I could, but I feel like he's probably been one of the best performers so far in the preseason. So I want to see him make it, but I feel like it'd be best if we did a full 53-man. If I could see who he's going up against, because right now he has the edge over Adisa Isaac. I'm going to say that. I think if you're going between the two, he has an edge. And what's Isaac done? He had a fumble return call back. He didn't force it. He picked it up. So right now, I think he'd be making over Adisa. I do.
He's definitely performed better than Adisa Isaac thus far in training camp and in the preseason, but that's not to say that Adisa Isaac has done nothing, right? Adisa Isaac has been around the quarterback. He's been getting pressures and things like that. I talked about him in a video the other day, maybe last week sometime, but Adisa Isaac, here's the sad part about Adisa is that, he's been with this team for a few years now, and we literally have not been able to see him do anything, right? Nothing, right? So he's just an aging talent who okay, cool. You made a couple plays here in training camp. You had an almost sack in preseason. That's great. But this is your third year. It's your third year or fourth year, and we haven't seen anything, right? So, or wait, is it his third? Is he going to his third
year?
Third year. Okay, that's right. Yeah, third year, and we haven't seen anything out of you. So, yeah, why would we not favor the rookie in Ethan Burke in this situation? So, I think Adisa Isaac is one of those guys who definitely has his work cut out for him. Speaking of Adisa Isaac, he's actually the very next person on this list here. Outside linebacker Adisa Isaac, the biggest obstacle that's kept the 2024 third rounder's career from taking off has been his inability to stay on the field after a quiet couple of weeks of the preseason up to this point. Outside of a pick six off a deflection that was called back after a review, he needs a big showing in the finale to beat out Ethan Burke and second-year pro Kamon Rucker. He's another guy who was an undrafted free agent last year and has been outplaying him in the first two exhibition bouts. So yeah, I mean, much like we were talking about, Alex, like Adisa Isaac, he's done a couple things here and there in training camp, here and there in preseason, but it's not going to be enough to give him the nod over guys who are younger and producing on the same level, if not more, than him. Right, Alex?
Yes, and I just pulled up his cap hit. It's very minimal. It's a 1.5 million cap hit that you save, and it's very minimal. I know they could always add that to maybe pick somebody up later in the season if somebody gets hurt. At the same time, if I'm EDC, it's like you're cutting loose on the third round pick going into his third year. And you think of the value that's been in these third rounds. You're just admitting that I messed up on this one. And we've seen guys, I think Cedric Tillman from the Browns got cut today, a third round pick. EDC sometimes won't do that. He'll keep these guys as long as he can, i.e. Ojabo. We kind of knew at a point he really wasn't going to have impact on this team, but he was a second round pick. You don't just let those guys go. And I think that's kind of going for Adisa Isaac, is he might make the roster just because EDC doesn't want to prove he's wrong. And I get it, but now your third round pick history is even more suspect. Thankfully, we got Jacoby Lane this year, who looks like the part, but you have Adisa Isaac 3 years ago, Emory Jones going to his second year, who was hurt for most of his rookie season. It just isn't a good look for the GM. So for that reason, he may make the team just because of that third round just grade we had and pick that comes with him.
Yeah. I mean, I listen, if he does end up making the team, like, I need to see something quick, fast, and in a hurry, or else, like, we will demote you to practice squad, whatever it is. I don't, I don't need him on my team if he's not producing, Alex. You know what I mean? I just don't need him.
Special teams, you've got to, earn your spot.
I mean, I like
Force
Ethan Burke.
Force a
I
fumble.
like Ethan Burke on special teams.
Get the mitts up. Get the big hands up.
Something, man. Anywho's, next person on this list is going to be defensive tackle Aeneas Peebles, right? So Aeneas Peebles says the second-year pro is in a tight battle with a handful of other talented young interior D linemen who are aiming to secure what will likely be the sixth and final spot on the depth chart at the position, defensive tackle that is, barring some roster gymnastics. Peebles has been one of the brightest standouts through training camp and preseason, and his case for a roster spot looks incredibly strong. I do think that Aeneas Peebles makes this roster. I don't even think that it's much of a question here. There's some guys lower on the depth chart that are probably more so on the bubble than him. Aeneas Peebles is obviously a guy who is a much better pass rusher from the interior as opposed to run defender. You can tell just like with his get off and things like that, he's so fast off the ball, extremely fast off the ball. He blazes off the ball. And I don't know if against like starting level guard center guards, will he be as effective? I just don't know yet. But I feel comfortable having him as a depth piece on this roster. I think he easily makes it, right, Alex?
It'd be a crime if he did not make the team. We saw him getting doubled, tripled at a point. Would love to see him against starting caliber, but he didn't get a chance last year, and yeah, he has to make the team. He's shown me more than enough, even if he was a fringe player to make the team, and he's not. So for me, Aeneas Peebles will be a Raven come Monday morning. I have no doubt about it, or Sunday.
Yeah, for sure. Next person on this list is going to be Rayshawn Benny, defensive tackle. Now, this is a guy. Now, here's a guy, my Chris Collinsworth voice, right? Here's a guy who I definitely think is on the bubble. So, sixth round pick, I want to say, out of Michigan. It says here the seventh round rookie is one of Peebles' top competitors for the last spot on the depth chart. He does not just have a previous connection to the Ravens' new defensive line coach, Lou Esposito. And in case you didn't know, yeah, he does have a connection with him, Lou Esposito. our defensive line coach, from their time together at Michigan, but also to head coach Jesse Minter, under whom he won a national title with in 2023. Benny is coming off of his best game of the preseason, in which he recorded a sack, and he'll need to go out with a bang to beat out Peebles, who's been a model of consistent disruption all summer and off season. What are your thoughts on Rayshawn Benny, Alex?
He looked good last game. I heard good things about him in camp as well. And kind of going back to the draft, I feel like this was a Jesse Minter pick for sure. Kind of one of the guy that he coached, and same with Lou Esposito. And that bodes well in his favor. Do we think it's really Peebles versus Benny? Because I can see them both making the team. I think they bring two different types of play. Personally, I think they both make it. But if one were to get cut, it would probably be Benny over Peebles.
Yeah, I definitely think so too. I mean, Peebles, he's been around. He's had in-game experience and things like that, and he's been just as productive, if not more, than Rayshawn Benny. Love the sack that he got last week, but it's just I don't know if he's going to be able to make this team, unfortunately. Now, again, maybe Jesse Minter and Lou Esposito, the D-line coach, have an affinity towards him because they coached him up at Michigan.
Yeah.
But, if that gives him the nod over somebody else who's like objectively better for this team right now, that's giving like Harbaugh days. And I wouldn't like to see that. You know what I mean? Like, let's not play favorites, right?
And if he does get cut, I can easily see him making it back on the practice squad. I don't think teams are going to be salivating over a defensive tackle who won the 7th round. When there will be bigger guys cut. Like I said, I think if Benny gets cut, he'll be right back on the practice squad like the next couple of days.
Yeah, agreed. By the way, guys, we got 114 people watching live right now across platforms. Thank y'all so much. Hello, this is the Purple Rain Podcast, episode 436, right, Alex? 436 of PRP. Please be sure to like this video if you have not already. It only takes a second. It's free, and it helps us out a ton. If you do enjoy the content, we would greatly appreciate it if you like the video. And if you are new and looking for a new Ravens podcast, right, to maybe tune into daily, weekly, however frequently you want to check in with us, please hit that subscribe button and turn on those post notifications. By the way, there's going to be a Ravens Wired dropping tonight. And your boy will be covering it. Not tonight, but bright and early in the morning. I will be covering the Ravens Wired on Quiet Storm Sports. So make sure you subscribe to the channel so you can check in with me for that tomorrow morning. Okay. All right. Glaucoma says in here, like so the kids can eat. You already know what it is. Throw it back right there.
Bring it back.
And Glaucoma. Bring it back. Let's bring it back for this season, right, Alex? Like so the kids can eat, right? They're locked down in the basement. You feel me? Voice said the kids ain't move out yet.
Running up the damn electrical bill. Hey, I'm getting tired of it, man. The water bill. I caught the faucet on the other day. No rations for them. I'll tell you that right now. The 2 pieces of lettuce they were getting.
The kids haven't moved out yet. We're still raising the college fund for them. That's what we're doing. We're raising the college fund for the kids. Shout out to you, Void. Okay. ISO says, how early? You know what? I haven't nailed that down yet. Have not nailed that down yet. I've got company in town. I've been around family and friends for like the past couple of weeks. It's truly been a blessing, but boy, has it been throwing off my content schedule just a little bit, but I'm going to work around it. I'm going to find a way. And, I'm gonna find a way. So turn on those post notifications, and you'll be known. You'll be let known when I go live on that. But it's gonna be early, probably around. I'd say maybe like 6, 7, something like that. You know what I mean? 6, 7, maybe 8, and that's no pun intended. Trust me, there's no pun intended. But stay tuned. All right, next one, next player. Let's see who's on the bubble. Interior O lineman Ethan Posick. So not really on the bubble. He's going to make the team, obviously. But there is a big story behind him, like around him. The 10th year veteran is competing for the only starting job still up for grabs, replacing 3-time Pro Bowler center Tyler Linderbaum. He's mostly worked with 2nd and 3rd team offenses since training camp started as a part of a gradual ramp up coming off a late season torn Achilles with the Cleveland Browns. But he's getting more first team reps since frontrunner Danny Pender went down with a torn patellar tendon during last week's joint practices. Ethan Posick might get the starting nod in the finale and possibly get an entire half to prove that he's ready to start the season from a physical and endurance standpoint. So Alex, Ethan Posick went out there, had himself a good game last week, showed some experience out there, showed some grit. And this week he's going to get a very good opportunity to kind of build on that and solidify himself as the center number one on this team. What are your thoughts right now on Ethan Pozick?
I'm excited for him. I think we got lucky this week having a joint practice because he was going against guys that were fighting for their lives, fighting for their roster spot. So it really couldn't have come at a better time. I think that coach is probably using that now as evaluation tool between him and Gwynn. I think he's going to win the starting spot. I think he'll look good tomorrow. I have no doubts about it. He looked good last week. Obviously, it was a little raw, but he was out for a while. So he gives me about a 7.5 to an 8 out of 10 grade, and we're looking good going into the season. Only will get better. So yeah, Ethan Poaches, sign me up, starting center. We're there for it. I would love to know how he did, yesterday in the joint practice as well against the Commanders. That would also kind of be playing into the whole starting role. But I think he'll win it over Javon Gwynn. But much respect to Javon Gwynn, who's looked very good as well. I'm not going to take anything away from him.
Sure. Yeah. And speaking of Javon Gwynn, he's actually the very next one on this list here. Interior O lineman Javon Gwynn, the fourth-year pro, has been taking the bulk of the first team center reps in practice since Penner went down, and he started the second preseason game. Many believed he should have been the front runner after an impressive debut in the opener, but after not following it up with another against the Vikings, he left the door open for Pozick to leapfrog him. Whether he starts again or comes in with the second unit, Javon Gwynn needs a strong showing to prove that he's worthy of being a starter for the first time in his career over someone more experienced with nearly 100 career starts under their belt. So for this very reason, that last sentence, right, is why undisputably, it should be Ethan Pozick's job to lose, right? I don't think it's a competition, Alex. I think it's you throw Ethan Pozick out there. It's much like in a very similar but much different way at the same time. It's much like the Browns QB situation with Deshaun Watson and Shedeur Sanders, right? Deshaun Watson gives you much more experience. The amount of money he's being paid aside, but he gives you much more experience. And that's the exact reason why Todd Monken said, hey, look, we believe Deshaun Watson, if you throw him in weeks 1 and 2, he's going to give us a better opportunity to move the ball down the field against who is it? I think they played the Jags and somebody else in weeks 1 and 2, right? But it's because of the experience. And if he doesn't perform in the first couple of weeks, okay, then we'll switch to the more inexperienced kid. Right? I think it should be the same thing here in Baltimore with the center position. Ethan Pozick needs to start. He needs to start. He's got the experience. He's got like 10 times the experience as a starter at center than Javon Gwynn does. Love what Javon Gwynn has put on tape in the preseason, in training camp and things like that. He's displacing guys. He looks good. He doesn't look like a guy who's only started I don't know if he's even started a game in his career, like actually started, right? You know what I mean? So let Pozick go out there early, and then if in a couple weeks that seems to be like a big pain point on the team, then you switch it out and you see what you got with Javon Gwynn. That's what I think.
I 100% agree with that. I think we want to go down the route with the veteran under center. I hope him and Lamar, have kind of been getting familiar with each other, and it's a great move. And Bo here says, I'm not convinced they think Poach is healthy enough to start. You'll find out tomorrow. I think we'll find out if he is healthy enough tomorrow. I think if he plays a half, that's kind of saying, all right, you're week 1 starter. Let's go for it. If not, then it's probably Gwynn who could take over while Poach is still getting ready. But it depends what they saw yesterday, and it depends what they see tomorrow. But right now, I think Poach will be the week 1 center when we are in Indianapolis. So yeah, I put my money on Poach.
Lisa says Ethan Pozick is he in his 30s? I don't know how old Ethan Pozick is.
I think 31, I want to say. Let me take a look.
Yeah, let's fact check that real quick.
He is 31. Yep.
31. Oh, 31. Nice, Alex. So yeah, he's not like, I mean, in offensive line, you can play offensive line a little bit later into it's like being a heavyweight fighter. You can do that a little bit longer than like some of like the smaller guys and stuff like that, Okay. Next person on this list is going to be cornerback Robert Longerbeam. Okay. Cornerback Robert Longerbeam. Similar to the interior of the defensive line, the Ravens are loaded with young, talented cornerbacks this year, but might only be able to carry 7 on the final 53, with the first 6 being locks. with some uncertainty surrounding the availability of fellow second-year pro Bilal Kone for this game due to an undisclosed minor I word, Longerbeam has a prime opportunity to make a case for himself in the finale, as he'll likely get the starting nod at one of the outside spots against Washington. What are your thoughts, Alex, on Robert Longerbeam?
Yeah, I'm glad they said outside because the slot, there is a lot of competition there at slot
Yeah,
corner.
it is.
Marlon, Chandler Rivers, Keon
Chandler,
Martin can all
yeah.
play there. Outside, though, I guess we can go through it. So we have Marlon, Nate, Woozier.
Cheeto, yeah.
Yeah, we have Chandler Rivers. We know he'll make it. I think it's safe to say Keon Martin will make it. I think he's looked very good.
He has. He's got to make it.
TJ Tampa, I think he
He's
has to
got to
make
make
it.
it. Yeah, yeah.
So
It's
you
tough,
have
man.
Kone, Longer Beam. Who else do
How
we
much
put
it,
down
it
there?
comes down to, like, how much do you really like Ethan Burke? How much do you really like Dominic DeLuca? Do you really want to roster a third quarterback in Joe Fagnano, who we'll get to in a second here? There's some tough decisions to be made, Alex, for this roster by Sunday, no?
So you have Armani Aurier. Hope I said that.
Yeah,
I butchered that. Golly.
it's a tough one. It's a
Marquise
doozy.
Robinson, Ladarius Webb Jr. I don't think Webby's gonna make it. I don't think we've seen
No,
enough from
yeah,
him. So
unfortunately.
maybe it's if they do carry seven, it's Kone against Longer Beam, unless they want to go with a 6-year vet in Aurier. But I know when he saw the field last, he was barbecue chicken, or if you like Marquise Robinson. But this is kind of your chance. It's your make or break moment here against the Commanders. You have a pick, you have a good game, you lock somebody down. Welcome to the Baltimore Ravens 2026 roster. If
Yeah,
not, it's the end.
you're right. I know. I agree. I agree there, man. Unfortunately, I do think he's going to be what we would call a roster cuts casualty. I
Hmm.
do. Unless he goes out tomorrow and he's got like 2 3 picks. You know what I mean? It's just like undeniable. You got to give this guy a flyer or something. I don't think that's going to happen, obviously, but unfortunately, I do think he's going to be a roster cut casualty. Okay, now we're going to move on to interior O lineman. Let's see here. Let's see here. Corey Bullock. Corey Bullock, who's another guy who, like, going into this offseason, and when I say this offseason, I really mean like post-draft era of this offseason. A lot of us were thinking that, okay, the center spot is going to be Corey Bullock or and this is even before Danny Penner was on the team or Javon Gwynn. It's going to be Corey Bullock, right? He's the guy. Since then, we brought in Danny Penner, Javon Gwynn, Ethan Posick. You know what I mean? Like, so many different guys, and so like Corey Bullock kind of just seems like the odd man out. So if he's not going to play center, okay, is he going to play guard? But there's also depth at that position too, right? You've got Andrew Voorhees and Emory Jones backing up John Simpson and Venga Ioane. So where does Corey Bullock really fit in on this? The little quote here says, once upon a time in the offseason, oh, this is exactly what I was saying. Once upon a time in the offseason, the third-year pro was also in the mix for the starting center job before an untimely minor procedure caused him to miss the last portion of the offseason program and open training camp on the non-football I-word list. At this point, he's competing for a roster spot as the third-string center behind Ethan Posick and Javon Gwynn, and as a backup guard with both Emory Jones and Voorhees ahead of him for both roles. So basically exactly what I just said, Alex. I mean, what are your thoughts? Do you think Corey Bullock makes this roster?
I would like him to for I think Maryland boy. I think just because Emery and Voorhees do have that starting game experience, and I'm happy I'm not a GM because I would let my heart take over and just trade Voorhees for a half-eaten bag of Utz Ripple chips. But I don't think he'll make it. I would love to see him maybe clear waivers and come back because I think he would have a spot as a backup and could come in maybe. Not as a starter though. Obviously, he has to work on that, but I do think he misses out. I feel like you guys, those two will make it. Emery and Voorhees. I like a couple of the backups. But Diego Pounds, I like him as well. And I don't know if they're talking about Liechtenstein too. I mean, they've had significant snaps this preseason, which I'm looking at. It has to mean something. They want to see more and more of these guys, and I think Bullock, unfortunately, will be cut casualty.
No, yeah, I agree. I think, unfortunately, Bullock, he's gone. World Class here disagrees, says Bullock is greater than Voorhees.
Hey, world class. That's why I'm not a GM. Voorhees last week trying to block that screen. Hate to say, gave me the ick. He wasn't touching nobody. He wasn't getting a block for nobody. And I'm like, brother, you've played starting guard in NFL games and you're having trouble in the preseason. Like, if you're playing deep in the preseason and you're a vet, you might want to just fire up the kick stream.
Fire up the kick stream. Go ahead and hit up Adrian Broner and Dean the Great to see what they can offer you.
Bad.
No, I fear that Corey Bullock and Andrew Voorhees might be two cheeks of the same ass. But we'll have to see. Again, these are things to monitor. What to expect tomorrow in the preseason game. Who shows up, at that guard in that center position. I'm going to be watching very closely because, look, nobody else is playing. Jacoby Lane, probably not playing, right? I mean, who do you think is like the highest receiver that's going to play tomorrow? Like Tez, maybe?
I wouldn't even play Tez. I think you should.
It's going to be
LeJohntay, Chris
Xavier,
Moore, Xavier Gilroy.
Yeah.
If Octavian Smith is healthy, I think that's about it.
That's about it.
Dayton Wade.
That's about it.
There's your receivers.
Yeah, ain't nobody playing tomorrow. But that interior O-line spot is still up for grabs, and that'll be a very interesting watch. So when you are watching the game tomorrow, please make sure that you are not ball watching, because ball watching is not going to matter tomorrow. Watch the interior of that offensive line and see what happens and draw your own assumptions. Okay? Elijah Surratt, Total 10 Speed says here, he should show out.
Play?
I think he does. I think he does. I think he plays a few series, I think he plays a few series, But okay. Let's see. Who's the next one? I saw somebody in the chat say, is Carson Vincent on this list? No, because Carson Vincent, he's going to make the team. He's the swing tackle, right? I think he's like kind of solidified himself as like the backup tackle, whether something happens to Roger Rosengarten or Ronnie Stanley, he'll be there to fill in. I prefer him over Lichtenhahn, to be honest with you. But okay. God's favorite says Sutton called him booty butt cheeks. Shout out to the Boondocks. Shout out to Thugnificent, man. He's a legend. Okay. Now, let's see. The last one here, last person on this list here is going to be none other than quarterback Joe Fagnano, who's had himself a pretty good preseason. I'm not going to lie. I mean, shades of like Joe Flacco. I mean, is this Joe Flacco's son? I don't know. I mean, you could pass for him. You could certainly pass for him, in my opinion. It says here, the undrafted rookie went from barely getting reps in practice to being one of the brightest and by far the most surprising stars of the Ravens preseason through the first two games. He's exhibited accuracy, poise, high-level processing ability, and maturity beyond his years and lack of professional experience. Okay? While the odds of the Ravens carrying a third quarterback to open the regular season for the first time since 2020 are still low due to tighter decisions elsewhere, you got that right, Fagnano could make the decision even more difficult for the team and attract the attention of potential suitors if he keeps doing what he's been doing. So here's the thing, Alex, before I toss it to you. This final preseason game for Joe Fagnano is not an interview to make the Ravens roster. It's not. It's an interview to make one of the other 31 teams in this league's roster. So if you're a big Joe Fagnano fan, if you're a Fagnano fanatic, right, get ready to kiss him goodbye, because this will be the last time. Tomorrow night will be the last time you see Joe Fagnano in a Ravens uniform. Okay. Now, it's not to say he's going to go somewhere and he's going to ball out. He's going to become a QB1, a franchise quarter. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying he's played well enough in this preseason for somebody who needs a quarterback in this league to say, okay, we're going to give that guy a call. We're going to bring him in, and he can be our QB2. If somebody's looking for a QB2, Joe Fagnano could be your guy. But Alex, what do you think?
I agree. I would like for him to make the practice squad. Don't think that happens. I think a team that maybe he could battle for a backup quarterback position. Maybe we'll call him, he'll want to go there. But it's been a pleasure, Joe. You're like I don't even want to say off-brand, Joe Flacco, because you're not, but thank you for, making preseason not completely boring. But more so, I mean, you're kind of doing an interview for 31 other teams. Maybe if you want to go play some spring ball in the XFL, UFL, there's that.
Yeah.
I mean, if you really want to, because you can do that, you can play there and then you can get picked up for a preseason like we've seen some guys get picked up for. But it's been a pleasure. I think he's made one mistake, and that was that one interception he had. Outside of that, he's done well, process plays well, and I'm happy for him. You undrafted guy, you'll be an NFL roster this year, brother. Like, you will be a backup quarterback. You'll have the best job in the world. And for me, it shows, I mean, he's looked better than any other quarterback we've drafted since 2020 or even picked up. Obviously, Tyler Huntley is different, but I think of Trace McSorley, who was 2019. I think of Devin Leary, who we spent a draft pick on.
Mm-hmm.
You want to talk about two cheeks of the same ass. Those two right there. Trace McSorley is the offensive coordinator or quarterbacks coach for Penn State right now. Devin Leary, he might be a Foot Locker with Matt Elam in Florida. I don't know.
Yikes.
Yeah, but Fagnano, you have looked good. You definitely will be on a team's practice squad for sure this year. Enjoy it, and thank you. I mean, hopefully he does really, really well tomorrow. Rooting for him. He's a Raven still. Give me like a 3-touchdown performance in the first half and right off into the sunset, brother. Would love that for you.
World Class says here, are we forgetting about whether Huntley can be an under center quarterback? Joe looked better under center. Thoughts on that, Alex?
And they just extended Huntley as well. He got, I think, a year or two extension.
Yeah.
I think, I know Snoop is fine. He's going to be the quarterback too. Just didn't have the best showing at all for this preseason, but I just hope it's just him kind of playing it safe. But Joe did look good, and I would like to see him as a quarterback 3, as a draft guy. He could be the emergency third quarterback, which I know they can have. I just don't think he'll make it through the waiver claim. He'll get picked up.
Yeah, me neither. I'm not thinking that he makes it there either. Real quick update from the Steelers game that's on right now. Steelers rookie wide receiver Jeremy Bernard with a 13-yard touchdown, looking good. I mean,
okay.
I saw somebody say earlier, and now that we're done kind of previewing this preseason game, because again, nobody's playing. Nobody of importance, like true importance, like starters are playing. But for the sake of like who's going to make this roster and who's not, we did have to talk about those guys, those bubble guys. So moving on from that. And by the way, Cheese God, thank you for the jewels as you put in the chat as well. But moving on from that, I think we can go ahead and get into something that I saw earlier today. It was about the Ravens Wired, right? Because again, There's a new Ravens Wired episode dropping, and I want to bring up this clip. I want to play it for the chat just in case they haven't seen it yet. Apparently, the offense has been very impressed. The Ravens offense has been very impressed by Coach Minter's defense. So let's take a listen to Zay Flowers and what he had to say about this Ravens defense under Jesse Minter.
Jesse defense crazy.
Oh, it's wild.
Bro, his defense crazy. I'm thinking they at cover 3. He like, nah, that's cover 2.
Bro,
and just keep walking.
Every time. Boy, I don't know what he's running.
It feel like it's more people on the field than it should be.
100%. And bro, sometimes when I'm watching film, I'm still like, I don't know what covers that.
Bro, I don't. I'm just like, all right, this is what I'm gonna do next time I see this happen.
Yeah.
It feel like it's like 13 people on the field, including him.
That's Durham Smythe, by the way.
Yeah.
Been around.
Yeah.
Seen a lot of defenses.
Yes. That's interesting that you mentioned that, because I wasn't even thinking about Durham Smythe in this. Like, I was just more so focusing on like Zay Flowers and like the things he said, because that's huge right there. I mean, you're telling me as a veteran, I mean, even as a 3-year veteran, but it's even more interesting that you mentioned Durham Smythe, because how long has Durham Smythe been in the NFL?
I think 8-9 years.
8 or 9 years. Like, it's been almost a decade, and like even he's agreeing with the sentiment that like Jesse Minter, this dude he's doing some different stuff that I ain't never seen before. Zay Flowers said, I thought it was cover 3. It's actually cover 2. Zay Flowers said, it feels like there's 13 players on the field, right? Like, including Jesse Minter. Like, that is that type of sleight of hand defense that this Ravens team will, I think, benefit from greatly, Alex. I mean, when you as a quarterback have no idea what you're up against until post snap, that does something to your processing ability. There's a lot of quarterbacks who can get to the line. Burrow, Brady was famous for it. Which, by the way, I'd be interested to see how Tom Brady would fare in today's NFL with these new defenses, like Mike McDonald defenses, the Jesse Minters, because Tom Brady made a career off of getting up to the line of scrimmage, seeing what the defense was in, and saying, okay, you're doing this. All right, I know exactly where I'm going with this football. And not to say that any defensive coordinator, has never done this before, but to do it on the level of these guys like Mike McDonald and Jesse Minter, who are really putting quarterbacks in a bind post-snap, is fascinating to watch, right? And we've even seen some of it in the preseason. Right? Where, it looks like Jesse Minter is rushing one guy and having one guy drop back, but then post-snap, it's the complete opposite. That guy that you thought was dropped back, now he's rushing you. And the other guy that you thought was rushing, he's dropping back into coverage. He's pulling your eyes. Meanwhile, there's a guy in your... Listen, it's chaos. It's chaos. And that's what I love about it, man. And, I can't say enough how excited I am to see this Ravens defense on Sundays against some of these other quarterbacks in the league.
I know you mentioned Tom Brady, and he did play in Mike McDonald's defense. Obviously, this is Brady in this final year. The Ravens met the Buccaneers in 2022. We were up 27-16 until the Buccaneers had a 75-yard drive, which they scored a garbage time touchdown with 40 seconds left. Tom Brady, before that, he was 26 for 44 with one touchdown the whole game. Before that final drive, he threw for 250 yards the whole game. That was with Mike Evans, Godwin. They had Julio that year. Obviously, he washed Julio, but would love to see him now in his prime against these guys. Like you said, Mike, Jesse, some great defensive minds. Will be a good sight to see.
A crazy sight to see. But anyways, I just wanted to bring that up again. Ravens Wire drops tonight at 8:00. That's in about 30 minutes, I think. About 30 minutes that will come on, and I'll be covering that tomorrow. But okay. Other thing I wanted to get on before we wrap up this episode of the show, Alex, really quick. I got to get your opinion on these new jerseys, right? The Nike rival jerseys. I kind of spoke on it last night, but I know you're a jersey guy.
Oh,
you're a jersey guy. So I need your opinion on these 2026 rivalry jerseys, right? And let me see if I can bring them up on screen the right way here. Let's see. By the way, guys, please be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel if you are new. We'd appreciate that. It helps us out so much here at the Purple Rain Podcast. Again, for my channel members who are in the fantasy league, the draft is tonight. It's in about 1 hour. Literally 59 minutes from now. 59 minutes from now. The draft room has
opened up. It's open now. You can go
who's
talk
got the
trash.
first pick? I wonder who's got the first pick.
Oh, hello. This should be
because it's supposed to start an hour before. Yeah. Who's got that first pick? Ooh.
You have the
That's
second.
Good. Who?
You have the second pick.
I have the second pick. Okay, nice. Okay. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, yeah. So I'm either getting Jahmyr Gibbs or Bijan Robinson. I'm set. Look, don't let me win the competition. Don't let me win, because I will buy myself the cleanest all-white Kyle Hamilton next flight jersey. Don't let me win it, chat. Members who are in the league, don't let me win. Okay?
Number one, I'm trying to see who the actual team is. Like who?
Yeah.
It was Lamar versus everybody. Nakia Riley. You have the number one spot. I have number 8, which I'm cool with.
Yeah, I feel like if you get like really high up or like a lower pick, because it's 12 teams, right? Is it 12 teams?
Yes.
It's 12 teams. Yeah, I don't know, bro. You might be in no man's land.
I said 8. I love 8. Favorite soccer player wears 8. Lamar wears 8.
There you go. Okay,
I like it. I like 8 for a reason. There's a lot of question marks now. You guys can make those hard decisions. I'll be sitting there waiting for.
You're right. You're right. We all got our work cut out for us. But these Nike rivalry uniforms, we're gonna go through all of these. I want you to rate them 1 through 10 for me, okay? And I want to see if like your ratings compare to mine, because I rated all these yesterday. Chicago Bears is up first.
This looks like an Auburn football jersey. This looks exactly like Auburn. Like this, you throw this on Cam Newton. We're back in 2011. I like it. I like the patch for Hollis. I'll go like a 6.5, 7. I do like it though. It just looks too much like Auburn for me.
Yeah, I think I gave it a 6 as well. So we're on the same accord on that one.
Yeah.
It does look like Auburn. I didn't realize that until you brought it up.
Yeah.
But like it also feels like kind of like a throwback jersey mixed with a modern one, like with the numbers, the number font. You know what I mean? Like it does look like that. And some of these jerseys in this collection also share that same kind of look, Alex. So let's go ahead and go to the next one here. By the way, shout out to the photographer. I thought the photographer for this did a great job. They did a great
Michael
job.
Singletary, and Urlacher, that's so cool. Okay, that
is
warms
dope.
my heart. That warms my heart.
Yeah, they did a great job with this. Next one, Houston Texans. By the H, for the H. What are your thoughts?
Okay, if you put that baby blue that the Oilers had, I'm sorry, this to me is a 9.5. I don't want to say 10, but lowest it can go is 9. I love this color mixed with that red. Yeah, this is beautiful. This is a beautiful jersey.
I love these jerseys as well. I'm also in agreement with you. I don't think I gave it a 10. I think I might have gave it an 8. I think I gave it an 8. This is Nico Collins right here, right? He's rocking it. He's rocking
Cowboy
it. You know
hat.
what I'm saying? He's got the ice, the cowboy hat, the Houston skyline in the background. He's rocking it here. He's got people barbecuing in the back. There's a horse in the background.
This is dope. I'm giving it a 9 right now. Now it can be a 10 depending on what everybody else has, but right now this is my favorite for sure.
Okay. Fairs. Let's move on. Vikings.
This reminds me of their one throwback a little bit. Just a darker purple. Randy Moss is obviously gonna look dope.
Shout out to Randy Moss.
This looks like when they had the color rush and like they had like the fake leaks. Like you see this on Facebook. And it's like, oh, here's the new Vikings jersey. This to me doesn't really move me. And for that reason, I'm gonna give it a 6 as well. They could have done more with it. I'm just not feeling it. The shoulders are cool. Yeah. I'll go a 6.5.
Yeah, I can't quite remember what I gave these, but I did say that I like them. But also, they feel a little bit too close to home. They feel just a little bit too close to the Ravens. You know, just a little bit. You know,
it's the same dark purple that we use. It looks like.
That's what I'm saying, right? Like, yeah. Like, why are y'all trying to like copy our swag? Maybe because it's Nike. You know, Nike's like, oh, we use this purple over here. It worked for the Ravens. So why not for the Vikings? You know. I feel like it's one of those things, but whatever.
You take someone's glasses off, put them far away, they'll think that's a Marlon Humphrey jersey. The first picture.
They will. Now, what I will say is the numbering on this jersey, cool. That's clean.
That is nice.
With that gold, that's clean. I love that.
And the shoulders saved it for me.
Yeah, for sure.
Try the sleeves.
The sleeves, yeah. Next one. Tennessee Titans, Music City.
I like this one. A nice light blue, Music City.
Yeah.
I'm going to go 8 for this because it's not too close to home. They mix both the blues to a point where it's not bad. And the Music City caps it off for me because their new stadium is right there, right near Broadway. Yeah, I'm going to go 8 for this.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I think I'd agree with that. I also really do like the numbers on here, how they kind of pop out. They look 3D. They look like they're jumping off the jersey. I do like that. And then like we mentioned, like the Music City on the chest, I think that's dope. I think more teams should like have whatever the signature is of their city that they're playing in right there. You know what I mean?
Like Baltimore Charm City.
Yeah, we have Charm City. Right, yeah. Because we have those on one of the jerseys, right? The Charm City?
Do we?
I thought we did. I thought it was at least on one of the jerseys, Charm City's on the front. I could be wrong. Maybe that was like a mock-up or you know, something like that during the jersey release time. I can't quite remember. But okay. Moving on here to the Jacksonville Jaguars. These, I'm not crazy about these, to be honest with you. It doesn't really seem like they did enough, you know?
More of like a throwback, kind of, it feels like.
Yeah.
Like you throw some Maurice Jones-Drew and David Garrard, it's like, oh, I remember you watching in these. 5.5. I like the collar, but the Jags is the very clean, professional look. That font, I like it. The numbers, I like it. 5.5, 6. I'm just not moved by this. It's not ugly. It's beautiful. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I'll go a 5 because the pants were a little. There was like cheetah prints on the pants,
I did see that.
and that
I did
throws
see
me
that.
off.
I was like,
Yeah.
grown men wearing cheetah print pants is crazy.
Nothing wrong with it for the ladies. The men, yeah.
Yeah, I just
Fine.
wouldn't prefer it. I wouldn't prefer it. Let me see. Indianapolis Colts. You got Sauce Gardner rocking it here, man. I mean, are these the Colts or the Lions? Like,
Yeah.
that's what I'm trying to figure out.
I'm right there with you. Oh, this looks like a Lions Thanksgiving jersey. It's 12:45. You're eating some turkey to start off the day, and the Lions are wearing these.
Right.
I do like the blue stripes. I do like that. But at the same time, this is just very. Like, I could have made this on like Madden for a custom team. It's kind of what I'm getting at. I'm gonna
For
go
sure. Yeah. Yeah. You could definitely, like, Madden would have the tools in the toolbox for their jersey creation, so you could like exactly recreate something like this. It doesn't feel very unique. I like that. I like that take. All right. Moving on to the next one here. Let me see if I can get to it. All right. Ooh, Packers. Now this one was my favorite. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Okay.
These Packers jerseys, I'm giving these a 10. And the 10 is on
Okay.
the jersey right there. I mean, Jordan Love rocking it. I maybe it's just something about the color combination with green and yellow. They just go so perfectly together. But like this gives like the perfect like it gives me like throwback uniform, but then also like I could see like a high school football team wearing this, but then it's also like the the legitimateness, right? If that's even a word, of an NFL worthy jersey. Like it's just all in one. I love the little BG, the GB in the corner there. I love the font on the numbering. What do you think though, Alex?
I think so. Texans is still my one. This is a 9 right now for sure. They knocked it out the park. I think the secondary and alternate colors all are perfect. Like the yellow, there's not too much. The outline of the numbers, the patch, the sleeve, and then the white as well on the collar with that yellow. That's beautiful. That is absolutely This is a beautiful jersey. Like this right here. This is what the rival stuff is about. You can get this jersey, you can wear it with some jeans to a game, and you're fitting right in.
Yeah.
Like this could be styled to be worn out for like a night out. I think that's how good it looks.
Agreed. I love this jersey, man. I do. It's beautiful. Okay, I think that might have been the last one. Let me make sure. Yeah, and then you have the helmets. Here.
What's the Lions one? I don't think we saw the Lions, did we?
Yeah, we did.
We saw the
Oh
Lions?
wait. Did we? Hold on. Let me make sure. Because the Colts look so similar to the Lions, it feels like we saw them. No, I don't think we saw the Lions one. Did they post it? It should have all been in here.
That's kind of crazy.
It is. They snubbed the Lions like that?
Damn, not the Lions.
That's crazy. Oh, well, taking a look at these helmets though. Which one stands out to you? Which one are you liking the most?
I like the Jags. I think that's nice. The Vikings, you take that horn off, that looks like our purple rising helmet, without the logo.
Yeah.
Lions feel like they have that helmet. I mean, the AFC South, their helmets are all knocked out the park. I like those a lot, and the Bears as well. But now, that Packers white one with that jersey is going to look good.
Oh, it's going to look amazing, phenomenal. Like, that the Green Bay Packers kit is going to be crazy. But, I'm looking at that Chicago one, the Chicago Bears helmet. And it's not too much different from, like, some of the helmets that we've seen in the past few years from the Bears. But, like, I don't know, man. There's something about that all orange and the dark blue C on the side that just does it for me. I don't know. I like that a lot. I would probably rate that as like my top 1 or 2. Probably going back and forth with that Green Bay Packers helmet. In terms of the AFC South ones, I don't like the Texans helmet. Not nearly as much as I like the jersey. The Colts one is cool, right? I like that dark blue for the Colts. Like, I think it's cool. The Jags, I disagree with you, man. I'm not a big fan of the Jags helmet. I would have preferred,
Really?
yeah, I would have preferred a black Jags helmet with that gold face mask. You know what I mean? I feel like that would have went really hard. Like black and gold, that would have went really hard. Um, I don't know. I guess I'm just not a fan of like, what is that, like turquoise color?
Yeah, I think. Well, I mean, my hottest take is I like their jerseys back in 2015 when they had like that gradient on the helmet, like the
Yeah,
Justin
yeah.
Blackman days.
I know
Like
what you're talking
I
about.
loved
Yeah.
it. I think everybody hated it, but I remember I loved it. I thought it was such a good look. The
Yeah, those
Jacks
are
have nice
cool.
colors. It's just if they can get put together well, and like even if the throwback jerseys look nice. I guess
Yeah.
we'll see it all together. I think the Packers, like the whole uniform together, is going to be the best. And then I'm throwing the Texans and the Bears up there too.
Okay. Okay. And then, I mean, the Titans, man, again, ever since they changed their logo, I just haven't really been, big fans of any design that they have in terms of
Really?
uniforms, helmets. Yeah, man, you know, I'm not a fan of teams like going away from like the intricate logos and things like that in favor of something more minimalistic and something more flat, right? That they can use for easier screen printing, cheaper screen printing, and to produce merch and stuff like that. It's just greed, and it doesn't make it look good. There's one thing like if you make a minimalistic logo look good,
Yeah.
but like this doesn't even look good. It just looks like you took all the character out of the previous logo, and like this is what we get. Same thing for the Rams, you know.
Yeah, I
So
didn't know that Titan. It's like matching what's on their license plates. I didn't know that until I went to Tennessee. So I kind of understood it, but at the same time, your logo isn't supposed to be the same thing as what you have in your state. There's supposed to be a small little add to it. Like the Ravens, we add to it. We have different versions of our logo.
yeah,
With yours, it's just a circle with like a little design. At least the
yeah,
one before had like it was flames popping off of it. Whatever it was, it looked good. This is just like you said, it's very minimalistic, and I hate that we're going towards that. I also hate not to go on a rant like a tangent, but we're taking color out of things too. Everything's so bland now. Like even like think of fast foods. I remember growing up, the Taco Bell had more pop. The Wendy's had more pop. Now it just all looks the same. Like the color is gone. I miss that. Like bring back being different. It just everybody wants to be the same now.
yeah. They do. I saw somebody in the chat say, "Have you seen the Disney and NFL collab?"
Yes,
And I hadn't heard
yeah,
about that until just now. I'm looking through it now.
they
Here,
did
let me
us
take a
right.
look. Let me show you guys.
They did us
So
right.
you got a Ravens.
Yes,
Is this what you're talking about here?
Maleficent. Yes, yes,
Oh, Maleficent Ravens, Baltimore Ravens pullover sweatshirt. Okay,
yeah.
okay.
Sold
I
out.
mean, this is dope. Oh, so yeah, I see, I see. Oh, look at that. Look at that.
It
That
fits.
is interesting. Yeah,
And then the Vikings, I think, got Thor. I want to say, not the best with this. Just a warning, but that makes sense for them. But they did us right.
I like the bird. How it's like Maleficent themed.
Hmm.
Like they have the Disney touch in there. It's like Disney animation style, but make it NFL. I think that's cool. I think that's pretty cool. You said the Vikings though.
Yeah, theirs is pretty
I think
sick.
I think I skipped by them. Let me see. Oh,
Yep.
here we go.
Yeah, the
There we go.
Thor.
Oh, this is dope.
Like that's
This is dope.
that's sick. And the skull in 1961. Like the
Yeah.
fact Disney's giving us better designs than Fanatics gives us,
Yeah.
bro. Bin Fanatics. I'm telling you right now. Like this is what we need more of. Oh man.
That is nice right there. I mean, it's a slam dunk too. Vikings, Thor, like it's a slam dunk. It's easy for them. I feel like with something like that. Dang, now I kind of want to look through some more of these. Let me see. Oh, look at the Commanders. They've got the pig from Toy Story.
See that
The
fits.
ham, yeah.
Like Major Tuddy, their mascot.
Yeah. That's creative. I like that. I like that. I'm gonna have to get one of these for myself.
We aren't used to this. See, like you're not used to these cool collabs. Usually they'll just throw Mickey on each team
Yeah.
and call it a day. But at least it's was that Goofy for oh was that Pluto for the Browns?
Oh, Browns.
Yeah, Pluto. Yep. Yeah, and that fits for them.
Let's see.
Dog.
Yeah, Pluto.
Yeah, they're sick. They're sick.
sold out. Everything's sold out too. That's how you know. No, yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to like get some of those for myself. I'm not gonna lie. I have to see for myself on preseason football to watch here, Ravens well. So with that being said, we're gonna go ahead and wrap up this stream. Thank y'all so much for coming through this episode 436 of the Purple Rain podcast. I'm your host Sutton Def. That is my co-host Simply AS10. We've had a great job delivering this show to you, a great time delivering the show to you as well tonight. We thank y'all so much for coming through. Like the video, sub if you're new. And with that being said, Alex, go ahead and take us on out of here.
Thank you for coming through to the final preview episode before the real thing starts. Just let that in, because next week is the final week before the Ravens are back. Before it's game week, before it's officially Colts week.
Yeah.
Thank you for sticking by, enjoying the offseason, but we're out of it. Offseason's over. The dog days are over. As always, thank you. Stay positive, test negative.
And never, ever, ever forget, even on the rainiest of days, to call God. This has been the Purple Rain Podcast, episode 436. We're going to catch you guys in the next one. And may purple rain. Peace.